Forgive me. All right. Barakatayawa, Barakatayawa Shai, Barakatayawa, Barakatayawa Shai, Barakatayawa, Barakatayawa Shai. Call Halayim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Bahashim Arachakwadash. Double honors to our apostles, elders, and bishops, the great millstone, tell us the truth. Honors and salutations to the elect, and to the men that died doing the work Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh because the shadow rise first. To the men, women, and children that believe on the true name of the Father and the Son. The Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, is the deliverer, because he come deliver us from this captivity that we're in. My name is Mark Allah Ben Gab Yasharala, Church of Philadelphia, Cameron, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Once again, Salakia, come back at you with another one. Forgive me, a little tired, I was on the plant. But this says, right, Trump says white people have been treated very badly due to civil rights. Law enforcement, Salaka says law and escalating attack on DEI. All right. And let's get that word. Well, I'm gonna read the article real fast because it's not that long. But and then you do like when I first saw this came out a day ago. So I'm looking at it, I'm looking at the spirit of the article. But look, you got this guy on the top, right? Look at the picture on the bottom. That's how Esau about to come. Like that dog on the bottom, man. You know, like he said, the quiet before the storm, all this is calculated, man. All right, so anyway, it says President DJ Nero Trump is leaning fully into the once friends argument that the civil rights protections are designed to address racial discrimination. Forgive me. So this has been designed to address racial discrimination, have instead harmed white Americans. A claim now driving his administration's sweeping efforts to dismantle diversity, equity, and inclusion. It says diversity, equity, and inclusion programs across government and the government and the private sector. Hey, my God, Shalom, bro. Yabashim Shabashim Kakadas Brakatah. All right, it says equity. All right, it says to dismantle the diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's the DEI programs across government and the private sector. So that's letting you know right now. This guy, the horns is being shown, man. We've been telling you that Esau was about to show his horns, right? He was going to, but they're going to come in like that flood because they know that their time is short. So now they're trying to reverse the rules and say that, oh, well, due to this right here, our people were treated wrongfully because we're out here. Now you got to understand the narrative because we out here on the highways and hedges week in and week out doing videos we throughout the week, right? And this guy is the same guy that said that he was going to get the prophets of doom off the highways and hedges. Mind you, this is the spirit of Babylon right now. Division, chaos, destruction, corruption, been like that. But now is his high time for that. All right. And like last night, prime example, you gotta keep a cool mind in these times. Keep a cool head. Because it says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. While everything is unraveling, you're gonna be knitting up tighter. All right, the Lord got his men. He knows who loves him. It's like yesterday when I was going to the plant, I walked into this place and it was looked like a Jake, talking to looking like an Edomite guy, and he's arguing because he said a guy called him a monkey. I started laughing. I said he called you a monkey, and I said he was so upset about it. I was like, well, damn. I said, are you a monkey? Oh, nah. I said, so why the hell are you mad? People gonna say what they want to say, man. All right, just like they always lie on the prophets and everything, man. But guess what? They still went moving, doing what they had to do. But the reason why I mentioned that the guy called him a monkey because the Edomite they called it Jacob monkey, and now it's going back. And it's what I believe what the 1960s, right, was when the civil rights was first came to play. But we gonna get it though. But just rambling, forgive me. But looking at that, right, around the time frame in the 1960s. So look at now, because it's 2026. The 60s was vicious for Jake, man. Very vicious. So now up into the up and coming times, you had all that low time, to whatever. All prophecies, it's all about prophecy. So now we're fast forwarding to now when Jake thought that they was rubbing shoulders with their enemy, that they was cool. Now it's being sought out that, yo, you've been lied to, man, by your enemy, Esau, which we've been warning you about. So that's why they're going to start seeing more of those celebrities get exposed because they was trying to be like their enemy, man. But anyway, but now Trump is putting the blame on the civil rights, which was made for you Jakes in the well, we'll read it anyway. Forgive me. It says in an interview with the New York Times, Trump said protects that emerged from the 1960s civil rights movement resulted in white people being very badly treated. How the hell is that the truth, man? Very badly treated, pointing specifically to college admissions. See, because these schools is not for y'all, man. All right. The brother in this camp here, he went to schools of higher echelon. All right. That people, they kill to send their children in those schools, man. But here, this brother, he went to those schools and he looks at it. He said, man, that shit was bullshit. He said all they taught him to do was be a better slave, man. You spend all that money to be a better slave, man. All right. It says very badly treated, pointing specifically to college admissions and employment practices, man. All right. They want their jobs back, so to speak. But this place is toast, man. Anyway, it says white people were very badly treated, where they did extremely well, and they were not invited to go into a university, to college, Trump said. So I would say, in that way, I think it was unfair to certain cases. Now, listen, man. This guy's, he's putting the blame on Jake for this, man. When they're the ones that was doing everything I'm reading, that's what they did to us, man. It says Trump acknowledged that the Civil Rights Act accomplished some very wonderful things, but argued it also harmed people he believes were denied opportunities. What Edomite was denied an opportunity, man? People that deserve to go to college or deserve to get a job were unable to get a job, he said. So it was a reverse discrimination. He said it. Yo, come, brother. Balance is definitely coming. He said it was a reverse discrimination. That's what that's what they're saying about us, man. First of all, you go to the 1960s, right? When then they're basically we were supposedly free, whatever. We were still slaves. They just let the chains off us, but they still beat our heads in, man. And they set up Martin Luther Kings, and and to try to keep the people down. Their temperament, so to speak. They try to keep them level-headed, man. But this guy is really he's facetious, man. So he's trying to flip the rules and then point the finger. Oh, it's because of y'all that this, that, and y'all and all the narrative is doing with this article right here that I'm reading is you got these Edomites out here just going to start reacting to this because this is their leader, man. This is their king talking. Nero, this is your emperor, man, talking crazy and lying on Jake, you know. But you're gonna have these fools go out there and react to this. But anyway, let's keep going. It says those views have translated quickly into policy. See that? Within hours of returning to office, Trump ordered the elimination. See this? He ordered the elimination of DEI offices across the federal government and moved to halt the enforcement of core civil rights provisions. His administration has argued, Salaka has argued that erasing diversity and initiatives will restore a merit-based system, a framing that civil rights leaders strongly dispute. And yo, guess what? You had a lot of people died behind the civil rights BS. It says there was no evidence that white men, see that, here it goes right here, just the point. There was no evidence that white men were discriminated against as a result of the civil rights movement. Derrick Johnson, president of the NAACP, which he set up to, told the Times rejecting Trump's claims as historically unfound. See that? Historically unfound. They teach you that in school, in their schools, what happened during those times, man. So how the hell was the Edomites, they was treated very badly? This guy's delusional, man. He might have Alzheimer's or something, man. It says Mark Morale, president of the National Urban League, issued a similar warning in comments to the USA Today. Every American, regardless of race, color, or creed, is better off as a result of the civil rights movement. See this? And I know he's attacking all angles with those happy people. You know, they're part of this too. Civil rights movement. Morial said, adding that portraying racial justice efforts as oppression untimely, also like ultimately impedes progress and limits opportunity for everyone. It says the administration push has increasingly centered to the equal opportunity, equal employment opportunity commissions, EEOC, created in 1965 to enforce the Civil Rights Act. Trump's EEOC chair, Adrian Lucas, recently urged white men to file discrimination complaints. This says his chairperson, Adrian Andrea Lucas, recently urged white men to file discrimination complaints. Yo, they the new niggas. It says, are you a white man? Are you a white male who experienced discrimination at work based on your races? Salaki. It says, Lucas said in a video posted on X, you may have a claim to recover money under federal civil rights laws. So yo, oh my God, you can't make this stuff up. But check this out. Now you see that. Now they're urging them to file for for that civil rights stuff, right? Discrimination. Yo, ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Yo, check this out. Let's go here. Let's go to Deuteronomy 30:7. Real fast. We'll get that in the NLT. I'm only probably about three scriptures I got. Because this guy is heavy delusional, man. This is Deuteronomy 30:7. And this is in the NLT. It says, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, your power will inflict all these curses on your enemies and on those who hate and persecute you. So everything that we just read in that article, right? Now they're saying, any white men, which they're not white, man. They're Edomites. Any Edomite man come down there, file a discrimination claim and whatever. But let's read this again. Deuteronomy 30:7. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, your power will inflict all these curses on your enemies and those who hate and persecute you. So look, I say Esau is the new ninja, man. All right, you are the new ninja, and you're only going to fall further and further out of power. All right. When the hell in history have you ever heard of an Edomite going to file a discrimination charge because he couldn't get a job or he couldn't go to college? Or this is bullshit, man. Anyway, let's go here. My man Obadiah. So all these things are happening, man. But the prophet Obadiah, the 16th verse 10. Obadiah 1 and 10. All right. Yo, check this out. It says reasons for Edom's punishment. Yo, check this out. It says, because of the violence you did to your close relatives in Israel, talking about us, the Israelites, you will be, and this is in the NLT, forgive me. It says you will be filled with shame and destroyed forever. See that? They will be filled with shame and destroyed forever. And this is in the NLT. So that's a shameful thing for an Edomite to say, I got to go file and discriminate. I've been discriminated on from a job. That's unheard of in their kingdom. Yo, that's how you know that your kingdom is forever fallen, man. All right? Damn. And this is going in too, because, matter of fact, I read this part. It says, when they were invaded, you stood aloft, refusing to help them. Foreign invaders carried off their wealth and cast lots to divide up Jerusalem, but you acted like one of Israel's enemies. Damn. And they still are. Because what are they doing, man? They're still pushing a pen, making laws to furthermore oppress us. All right. And this is why the Lord is gonna come and hey man, destroy this place, man. It's already being destroyed from the inside out, man. And that's them doing it themselves, man. But the Lord is allowing that to happen because He is the orchestrator of all of this, man. He said that they've been treated badly. Well, you're about to be treated badly. All right. You think this is bad? Well, check out what the Lord said about you. And this is the reasons for your punishment. All right. You want to play the victim? Well, you will be the victim. You ain't going to be the victim. You're going to be the receiver of what Yahweh Shem Shah has for you. It says you should not have gloated when they exalted Uslaki, when they exiled your relatives to distant lands. And yes, Esau is our brother, man. Came out the same womb, but with different nations. All right. It says you should have not rejoiced, Slaki. Yup. You should not have rejoiced when the people of Judah suffered such misfortune. And all you gotta do is look at the pictures from the 60s. Oh, that's not too long ago, man. Because I was born in, I don't even want to tell you, but it was after the 60s. All right, it was in the 70s. I ain't gonna tell you exactly when, but yeah. So that's not too far long ago, the 60s, man. 1960. Then all the things that they was doing as far as the fire hoses and this and still the lynchings, even to this day, man. But then you got Dr. Nerd to try to flip the script and say, oh, well, look what they, listen, man. The Lord got your number, all right? Verse 12 again, Obadiah 1 and 12. It says, you should not have gloated when they exiled your relatives to distant lands. You should not have rejoiced when the people of Judah suffered such misfortune. You should not have spoken arrogantly in that terrible time of trouble. All right. And they're still doing that to this day. It says, you should not have plundered the land of Israel when they were suffering such calamity. You should not have gloated over their destruction. All right. When they were suffering such calamity, and Esau is guilty of all these charges I'm reading. It says, you should not have seized their wealth when they were suffering such calamity. You should not have stood at the crossroads, killing those who tried to escape. You should not have captured the survivors and handed them over to their terrible time, Salaka, to their terrible time of trouble. All right. I'm gonna stop right there because hey, that's what they did. Now you're talking about, oh, we were treated so badly. Well, look what y'all did to us, man. That's Obadiah, man. And that's in the NLT. Obadiah, what was that? Well, it's only one chapter, Salaka. From 10 to 14. All right. And that's everything. Well, a lot of things that Esau did to us, man, amongst others. You know, now you got the nerve to say, oh, we were treated badly. Well, you're going to be treated badly, man. All right. And all you got to do is read, all right, it says, Edom destroyed, Israel restored. All right. From 15 all the way down to the end, to 21. All right, I'm not going to read it because time's sake. But let's go here to the last scripture. Psalms chapter 58, 3. Yo, this is Psalms chapter 58, 3 in the NLT. Shalaka, bear with me. Oh, here we go. All right, Let's start at verse 1. This is Psalms chapter 58 and verse 1 in the NLT. It says, for the choir director song of David, Malak Dawad, to be sung to the tune, do not destroy. Justice, do your rulers know the meaning of the word? Do you judge the people fairly? Does Esau did that, man? No, you plot injustice in your hearts. You spread violence throughout the land. These wicked people are born sinners. Even from birth, they have lied and gone their own way. They spit venom like deadly snakes. They are like cobras that refuse to listen, ignoring tunes of the snake charmers, no matter how skillfully they play. All right, I'm going to stop right there because it's going to something else. But, yo, the wicked, man, it said they're liars, man. Let's read that again, verse 3. It says, these wicked people are born sinners. Even from birth, they have lied and gone their own way. So let's get that in the KJV because it says the wicked are estranged from the womb. All right. So that's all they're doing is lying. And these lies, man, it's about to get wicked out here, man. The times are evil, very evil right now. Psalms 58 and 3, it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And that's what that whole article was, a mother effing lie. What person in history, Edomite and Babylon, that you know that was discriminated on, you know? So anyway, I'm ended on that. So I hop into this next. Unless the Lord's willing, that was edifying. You got something out of it. Don't listen to Esau, man. Never trust thine enemy, man. As iron rusted swords is wickedness. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Arachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops, a great millstone, to us the truth. Honor citations to the elect. To the next lesson, I'm saying Mawafa Baba Ball, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.